The wedding on Lake Como was supposed to be my sister's triumph. Instead, it became the night my family finally destroyed itself. Hum of my refrigerator in my Chicago apartment, and the blue glow of my phone, lighting up my dark living room. It was PM on a Tuesday. I was sitting alone, watching my family burn money they didn't have in real time. My sister Monica had been posting for 2 days straight. In every video, she looked flawless. She stood on the terrace of a 17th century villa, overlooking the dark water of Lake Co. Next to her was Giovanni, the wealthy Italian heir she claimed to have met 3 months ago. His smile never reached his eyes. I knew the math. I am a senior financial analyst. Numbers are my language, and the numbers in my parents' life had been read for years. They refinanced their house twice. They maxed out credit cards just to fly to Italy. Still, they pretended to be royalty. I had refused to go. I told them I had work. The truth was I couldn't watch them worship Monica while treating me like an emergency bank account. At 10:12 p.m., my phone buzzed. "Maddie, sweetie, the caterer's card machine is down. Can you Venmo me $2,000 just for an hour?" I stared at the message. The broken machine excuse again. They used it every time they needed money. I typed back, "No, I told you I am not funding this wedding." Seconds later, Monica texted me, "You're just jealous because I'm happy and you're alone with your spreadsheets." I didn't respond. I turned on Do Not Disturb, plugged in my phone, and went to bed believing the worst thing that could happen was another maxed out credit card. I woke up at 3:17 a.m. to a wall of notifications, 50 missed calls, dozens of texts, voicemails stacked on top of each other. My heart pounded as I called my father back. He answered immediately. "Meline," he gasped. "It's a disaster. Everything is gone. Giovanni left. He said he took the cash gifts, the jewelry, the rental car. He wasn't an heir. He was a waiter from Naples with a record." I tried to stay calm. "That's terrible," I said. "Why are the police there?" "They're not here for him," Dad whispered. "They're here for us, apparently." When Monica found out, she lost control. She and my brother Paul started throwing things inside the villa: statues, decorations, expensive antiques. The owners called the police. Paul had been arrested. Monica was being detained. The police had taken my parents' passports. They said they would drop criminal charges if we paid 25,000 euros immediately for the damages. "Wire it now," Dad begged, "or your sister goes to prison." I felt the old guilt rising in my chest. "Fix it, Meline. Save them." I almost gave in. Then something bothered me. Dad kept insisting I call my bank and authorize the transfer. He sounded nervous, but not just scared, avoidant. "Why couldn't you use your cards?" I asked. "They're maxed." He snapped. I opened my laptop and logged into my banking portal. A red alert banner flashed on my credit monitor. "New account opened 2 weeks ago. Personal line of credit. 18,000 euros. My blood went cold. The inquiry came from my parents' house in Illinois. Attached was the rental agreement for the villa on Lake Co. The renter of record was Melon J. Harper. My name, my forged signature, sat at the bottom of the contract. "Dad," I said slowly, "who signed the lease?" Silence. Then my mother grabbed the phone. "We didn't have a choice," she screamed. "Your credit is perfect. We were going to pay it off with the wedding gifts. You stole my identity." I said, "If you don't pay," Mom snapped, "you're liable. The contract is in your name. If we don't fix this, they come after you." It hit me then. This wasn't about saving Monica. This was about trapping me. If I wired the money, I would be accepting responsibility for fraud I didn't commit. For 30 years, I had been their safety net. I thought it was love. At 3:30 in the morning, I realized it was a hostage situation. "Put the officer on the phone," I said. There was shouting. Then a man introduced himself as Captain Rossi. "Captain," I said clearly, "my name is Melon Harper. I am in Chicago. I did not sign that lease. I am reporting identity theft." My mother screamed in the background. I explained everything. I told him I was contacting my bank's fraud department and the US consulate. I told him the people in his custody were responsible. Dad started begging. They'll put us in prison. You can't do this to your own blood. I don't have a family, I said. I have a fraud case. When I hung up, I immediately called my bank's fraud hotline. I flagged the credit line. I uploaded copies of my passport, proving I had not left the United States. I froze my credit at all 3 bureaus. By sunrise, my phone was exploding with messages from relatives. How could you? Your heartless Monica is in handcuffs. I didn't answer a single one. Instead, I selected every family contact in my phone and pressed block. The silence that followed was absolute. Somewhere in Italy, my sister was sitting in a ruined wedding dress facing consequences for the first time in her life. My parents were explaining to foreign police why their daughter's signature looked suspicious. I walked to the kitchen and made coffee. My apartment was quiet, paid for by me, protected by me. For the first time in my life, I chose myself over the chaos. The coffee tasted bitter and incredibly